shootout, and it will be Olympiakos to take the first penalty, with Jamal Abdoun, the Algerian, up against Tim Krul. This to give Olympiakos first blood. What about that for coolness?
Well, it's all right when there's not a crowd here. There's not too much riding on it, but it's a good finish from him, Abdoun. Whether he'd have done that in the heat of the battle in a European Cup final, I'm not quite so sure. It's an excellent penalty. He certainly doesn't wait for Tim Krul to go down, because Tim Krul dived slightly after the ball was played. So it certainly was a risky penalty.
So Pape Cisse, who rocketed in a fair few from the spot last season, got the last 18 minutes as a substitute up against Roy Carroll, with Newcastle's first penalty to level it in the shootout. And that is uncharacteristic, you have to say, of Pape Cisse.
It certainly was. Underneath it, missed the crossbar by, well, a couple of yards.
Come on.
Now is the time to do that, not when it really matters.
You can have a smile as well about it.
So 1-0 Olympiakos after the first two penalties. Giannis Maniatis, the Greek international, up next for Olympiakos. Well, Krul got a hand to it, but he makes it 2-0.
Well, it was the right sort of height for Tim Krul to make a save. Probably just had about enough pace to get past Krul. Maniatis, who did well when he came on at half-time. Yeah, good penalty from him. Krul no chance in the end.
So Newcastle need to open their account. Haris Vukic to try and do that. And he does.
Roy Carroll chose the right way, but it had just enough height on it. The goalkeeper will always dive a yard or two off the ground, and that one was over his flailing arm. Good left foot penalty.
Marko Pantelic, the Serbian international, next forward for the Greek champions.
Come on then, come on then.
To try and maintain their 100% record in the shootout. Well, he had a long, hard look at that, and in the end it was a successful look. 3 out of 3 for Olympiakos.
He had a little run round it as well, didn't he? Disguise on the penalty. There he runs round it. Slow stroll to the ball, and then a very good finish.
So 3-1 Olympiakos. Malfitano for Newcastle. Confidently done. 3-2.
Took it very quickly as well. Carroll going the wrong way this time. Malfitano, who we've seen in a couple of games now. One-like sort of player. Whether he's playing in a wide area or a little bit narrow in midfield.
Jose Halibas. To make it 4 from 4 from the spot for Olympiakos. 100% record continues.
That's probably the perfect penalty. Almost hit the side net in there. Plenty of confidence, and so he should have with a left foot like that. Tim Krul, he chosen the right way once.
So James Perch has to score this.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
And the referee hadn't blown his whistle. So Perch has to go back.
Hang on.
This is to keep the shootout going. And he does just that.
He was put under a bit more pressure, wasn't he, by the referee? So, can Tim Krul save this one? That was the most convincing of penalties, but once Roy Carroll chose the wrong way, it was going to be a goal.
Tim Krul has to save this. And he does. Newcastle have a lifeline.
Was a good save. It was a great penalty, it has to be said. He gets down well, Tim Krul. Bit of forward movement. Chose the right way. A good strong hand, much to the delight of those Newcastle supporters.
So they have an opportunity to level it up at 4-4 through Abid. And he does that.
He had a free kick, didn't he, from distance, which wasn't a particularly good one, but he struck that perfectly. Game drawn.
It's a replica of Olympiakos against Braga that finished 1-1 and then 4-4 on penalties. Newcastle, it's honours even after the 90 minutes, and then with Tim Krul saving that last penalty, Abid beating Roy Carroll. It's the end of a useful workout.
Certainly is. Tomorrow we're going to see a different Newcastle side.